is still January 15th, 2026. Hopefully, I was able to upload a video that I accidentally trashed because it was a lot more extensive than me just crying about, my father's birthday. Um, it was about a few other things, but what I want to talk about is love. Nobody gives a crap about me, and that's fine. Um, Thousands of people have already taken enough from me, and then to claim, like that it's love, it's just BS. Oh, God. So, what I wanted to say is your love is not what I perceive as love. And the decisions that you guys have made to initiate people is not love. Um, I appreciate the people that want to help make change. Um, my change, what I want, is a lot bigger, a lot bigger. It's literally a paradigm shift. Um, I think a lot of the elites know what my change is that I want to do. You don't know how I'm going to do it, and that's okay. I know how I'm going to do it, and I have no problem building it with my own two hands. Like I said, you've taken enough from me. If I have to start small, I'll start small. If it takes me the next 20 years until I die to do it, it's okay. That is my legacy to create. Um, but I just want to say that I do appreciate people that do want to make change. But if you really want to make change, instead of sitting there on your wonderful amount of money, thinking that you're better than the rest of the community, thinking that just giving back to a broken educational system, giving your little funny money to it helps. It doesn't. Um, what helps is starting from the bottom. Let's lobby to get better attorney generals in office, better chief, police officers, better chief of police, better secretaries of state, better governors, better congressmen and women to represent the people, because you Democrats and you Republicans are not. I voted Bernie Sanders. I still believe in Bernie Sanders. Um, and I know a lot of the bribery and coercion you did to push him out several years ago. And that's what you've been doing with me as well, except on a very, very bigger, disrespectful, humiliating of women's rights and women's independence, to be what we can be. Basically, I'm going to say it like this. Humans should not be experiments for other humans. Humans should not be tortured or suppressed because they have capabilities that others don't. We should cherish each other, and we should uplift each other for being different and being able to be amazing. The fact that you old people in the industry want to be like, oh, she doesn't know this, and oh, we're all grouping together against her, it shows how weak-minded you are. It really does. I'm not hurting egos. I'm just speaking the facts. How many of you, men and women, came up against one little person who was struggling for work because you intentionally created that for me without my knowledge? How many of you had to come up against me? And how many of you succeeded at breaking my mind? 0. So it's the facts. Whether it hurts your ego or not, that's your sin. I'm not here to work on anybody's pride. I'm here to state the facts. There's a lot of people that are hurting. Your funny money into a broken system isn't helping. The lack of change for the electorate college, for the filibuster, the lack of terminology in the Constitution, all men, not women, are created equal. You're right, because women are superior to men. We can give birth. I'm sorry. I love being a woman. I think it's amazing, and you're not going to make me feel bad about being it. The fact that I'm a woman is the reason you are targeting me, because I have something so special. I have so many things so special. So why would I be ashamed of them? What I'm ashamed of is being a part of the human race right now. I did not realize how disgusting, how sick, how corrupt, how distorted ideologies have become. And it's really, I don't have enough throw up in my system to describe the pain in my stomach about how the reality of understanding that has become. So the people that are in power, elites, music industry, whatever you dumb idiots want to call yourselves, that think that you're so powerful that it took how many of you to continue harassing me and it still hasn't worked, and the fact that you still want to go against God's will because you think that I'm not worthy. It's not for you to decide, it's for God. So if you continue going against God, that's on you. I don't know anything about black magic. I didn't know anything about any of this until 6 months ago. So you can sit there and be all butthurt because your stupid little spell work and black magic and voodoo dolls, dark entities, blood magic isn't working. That's not me. I'm not even fighting you. But I think it would be in humanity's best interest if you focus on what you're doing, which is, since you have money, to help others, because you're supposed to be role models. Torturing people, raping people, stealing from people, those are not role models. Lying to people, creating false narratives of people, stealing from people. Those are the kinds of people you want your children to grow up to be. So you want your children to do that to you. When you're getting older and you have dementia, or when you're getting older and you start forgetting things or having eyesight problems, you want your kids to lie to you, to steal, to do elder abuse, to rape, to torture. That's what you're breeding. So you can hate me and not like me all you want, but at the end of the day, you really only have yourself to blame for why you have this ugliness that you feel inside. Facts are facts. You don't like them? Too bad. You made me the villain, and all I'm doing is saying facts. If you wanted, I could have just written a book, and they would just be words on a page, and nobody would have ever heard me. And then I could have gone along in my merry little small way and had my little 2-bedroom apartment with my 2 little kitty cats, and you still would be raping me and me not knowing because I was drugged all the time. Because I'd still be struggling, but you had to go more and more. No matter what I did, you had to keep going more and more and more at me.
Hey, New York, it's Andy Cohen. Sometimes I love listening to that Cornell 77
that was your fault.
Show on the subway.
So don't be mad at me because I had an epiphany.
Keep those headphones
be mad at you
on.
Because you were a fool. One more thing. Holy crap! There's some huge rats in this freaking. I've never seen so many huge rats. Well, now they're running. They're not moving now, but oh my god, they're huge. They're almost the size of a cat. Oh my god. Well, kitten. But I want to make one more comment. Now jeez, it's so big. I appreciate the ones that want to make a difference, but you know how to make a difference. You just like to be on your pedestal. It's about equality. And not just that, it's about spirituality. This life isn't about the funny money. Yeah, I get you like having the nice living arrangements, but that's why in China they have those nice living arrangements for their entire community. Why can't we do it? The thing is, you think that it's only people that are chosen that have the ability to have mental capabilities. It's not. Humanity has the capability. If you allow the decalcification of your pineal gland, we all have that capability. You don't even have to turn to black magic. That's the saddest part. You don't even have to do that. But because you're lazy and you don't have discipline and you're mad at me for having that, you choose, it's just easier to do the dark magic. That's fine. That's your choice. But what I'm saying is, instead of feeding these horrible narratives to the rest of the population. Sorry, Beyonce is not a good role model for young women. I don't know why Michelle Obama said that, unless, I mean, obviously I do know why she was paid to say it, but no. Having a woman be objectified, and Beyonce doesn't even have a vocabulary well enough. Yeah, she's a great performer. That's great, you know.
Hi,
So is Whitney Houston.
I'm a New York City student.
So is Tina
The
Turner.
rush from subway surfing is fleeting. The consequences
But
are real.
at the end of the day, I wouldn't want my daughter wearing really high stilettos at 9 years old, shaking her booty to the neighbor across the street because Beyonce showed her how to do it on an MTV video. I wouldn't want that. That's all I'm saying. So we need a new role model for women. I am genuinely not saying that I'm the role model. I really don't think I am, because I'm very standoffish. You guys have murdered my soul. I really don't want anything to do with anyone. And I'm okay with it. But I do understand that normal humans need community. I don't need community. I don't want community. You have definitely made that decision for me. And you know what? I'm very thankful that you have. And that is my standpoint. And that is what gives me peace. Isolation gives me absolute peace. Thank you. But I do know that that's not the case for everybody. So we need a role model that can be community-wise, that can be family, that can be all of that. And since you didn't allow me to even have the opportunity for any of those things, I no longer need nor want those things. What I want is for the rest of humanity to be able to have that. That's what I want. So you can demonize me all you want, you can talk all the smack you want, but at the end of the day, I think me caring about the rest of humanity and wasting the last 40 years of my life trying to build a better future for other nations and other communities that the Harrington royal family didn't get the opportunity to do over these centuries, I think that's a lot more noble. And doing it alone so that it gets done, it doesn't get hindered, I think that's a lot more honorable and noble than lying to the public and not giving them an opportunity to be an equal to you. Financially, medically, educationally, dealing with finances. So I think as elites, it's time to come off your pedestals. Because there's some amazing people, younger than you, smarter than you, more capable than you, brilliant ideas, critical thinkers. I mean, you've taken so much of that away from me already, but there's so many more out there. It's time to treat each other like equals, don't you think? Because at the end of the day, look at how you're treating women. Why would women want to have children? So then you enforce it by not allowing us to have abortions when we get RAPE'd. How many times you RAPE'd me that I didn't deserve? How many times you drugged me without my consent, without my knowledge? So I have another person who wants to come right here. They always want to stop around me. They never seem to want to stop, normal places. They always have to be around me. So this is going to be the 5th time that I have to move. I'm so tired of fucking nosy people. But the point still stands. Do you want to change for society? Or, are you just trying to keep your hands having money and the rest of society doesn't get to have that? You decide. Oh my God, these rats are so big. They're so big. Look, I got to them. And they're hella cute. I don't care that they're rodents. They're still cute. Anyway.